What's up? What's up? Back in the building, back with another one. Mr. Tyrone Hunter. Tap in, tap in. We going live. Shit's my job. And today we got a lot to discuss. Gonna wait till they get the little notifications out. Let people know we on the air, and then we going live. Because today we got a lot to discuss. It's a few topics on the agenda today. Y'all see it in the title on BD, on King David. Famous Richard got arrested. And it's a typo. They say he got arrested in New York, but he didn't get arrested in New York. He got arrested in New Jersey. I'ma break that story down for you. And the reason why I wanted to touch on this story is because I've been watching his YouTube, and he, like, in the past year, he blew up. We're going to get into that story. lilWOODY getting famous. What y'all think about lilWOODY getting famous? lilWOODY, who is the lead prosecution witness in the YSL RICO trial. What y'all think about him getting famous? He had his own little YouTube. Him and his lawyer, they both got their little YouTube channels popping, but mysteriously, their pages got hacked. We gonna be talking about that. Dwayne Wade coming through with the nail polish. I don't know. And I know that's a sensitive. It's not a sensitive topic, but we got to make sure we talk about that in a way that's politically correct. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to be talking about that. And then the third YSL RICO trial judge number 3 for the YSL RICO. We got a lot to discuss. So y'all make sure y'all come in the building, get y'all popcorn, get y'all snacks. And today we got a lot to discuss. Hopefully everybody out there good. Everybody out there feeling good. You know, life is treating you good. You staying out the way. You staying on what you want. You ain't on nobody else's page. You ain't following what nobody else is doing. You know, make sure y'all check out my shorts too. I be trying to drop the little motivational pieces in the shorts. So y'all make sure y'all go check out the shorts though. Appreciate all the subscribers, appreciate all the supporters, appreciate everybody that be watching the videos. We just gonna wait a couple of more minutes, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today on BD, on King David. Anybody from Chirac, anybody from Chicago, y'all could tap in so we could talk about Famous Richard, because I want to know a little bit more about him. I mean, I know he's from Chicago, but he came to New York and he blew up. He was doing the videos where he was running down on the police, talking about, yo, let me see that pipe, shorty. Yo, what you doing with that pipe? Like, he got famous off of that. Then he went to Crown Heights, which is another part of Brooklyn. That's like a predominantly Jewish area. He went over there to Crown Heights, and he went up in the synagogue, and he was making videos, you know, about the Jews. And there was a couple of videos that two dudes from the Jewish community swung on him. So he got famous for that too. And his YouTube channel blew up. His YouTube channel was doing numbers. And that's the crazy thing. It's like, and that's why clout is such a dangerous drug, you know? That's why it don't make sense to chase clout. You gotta do what you do, focus on what you doing, and you know, you gotta have a game plan for what it is that you're doing. What I don't get is, first of all, Chirac is mad dangerous, right? We know that. People getting killed all the time. But for Famous Richard to make it out of Chicago, and then he make it to New York, right? And he doing his little skits, you know, things of that nature. He getting famous. He got a little YouTube buzz. He doing a lot of interviews and stuff like that. You know, he's securing a bag. Life is set for him. But then You go crash out and you catch a gun case. And the reason why I'm speaking about this is because it's not about whether you're a Famous Richard fan, whether you know about Famous Richard, um, whether you a YouTuber or whether you into YouTube, but it's just another example of somebody who put their time, they work and their effort into becoming famous. And, then at the end of the day, it's like, you throw it all down the drain. Um, see some of y'all with the comments. Okay. Yeah, so that's why that right there is something we're gonna talk about, because it's like how you spend your time, how you put your time and your effort into doing something for your life, making something of your life, and then you crash out and you throw it down the drain. I spoke about this on the live a couple of days ago. That's what a lot of people doing. They be crashing out. So I'm gonna go to the newspaper article, but for those of y'all that don't know about Famous Richard, he got a famous saying where he be saying on BD, on King David, and then he made a little dance to it. He's a YouTuber. He's from Chicago. I don't know if he made any music, but it says that he was arrested in Bayonne, New Jersey. And when I read this article, I'm like, yo, and let me go backwards before I go in the article. Okay, so New York is different, right? Every state and every place in the world is unique for what it is that they do and what it is that they known for, right? One thing about New York or New Jersey, they coming after you if you got a gun, because in New York you don't got a right to bear arms, just like New Jersey you don't got a right to bear arms. Now if you somebody famous, you in law enforcement, you own a house or something like that, you can have guns in your house. But New York and New Jersey, they don't have gun laws like Atlanta, Texas, certain places like that where you have the right to bear arms. So if you got a weapon, then pretty much they coming for you. And New York police is some of the most aggressive police in the world. They don't care about your rights. They don't care if somebody looking. They gonna snatch you out the car. They gonna slam you up. They gonna beat you up on camera. They gonna tell you get it back in blood. That's how New York police is on it. So when I heard the information that he had got locked up in New York, I'm like, wow, that's crazy, because he made a lot of videos trolling New York police. Pay attention. Pay attention to what be going on. He made a lot of videos. This him right here, Famous Richard. If y'all want to look him up, I can't remember the name of his YouTube page, but he kind of funny though, right? So what it boiled down to is he was locked up in New Jersey. He was living in New York, but he was locked up in New Jersey. And the article reads like this. It says a local rapper with a large following on social media has been charged with pointing a gun at two people during an argument outside a Bayonne convenience store earlier this month, Bayonne police said. So Bayonne is New Jersey. That's where that happened at. It said Richard Sharp, a.k.a. Famous Richard, was charged with aggravated assault with a weapon, possession of a firearm for an unlawful purpose, unlawful possession of a handgun, certain persons not to have weapon, possession of a defaced firearm, and a large capacity magazine after he was arrested on July 12th. Wow. Man, they gonna try to case Slay old boy, because he got a lot of charges. So what that article boiled down to is, I guess he got in an argument with somebody outside the store. I read a longer article the other day and I watched the video. He got in an argument with somebody outside a convenience store, two people. He pulled out a gun on him and pulled out a gun. And for one, why you pulling out a gun if you're not going to use it? So he pulled out a gun on him, said a couple of words, and then he ran off. He got the gun and he ran. Okay, so I guess they found out who he was. They went to his house, and then he got locked up. He got locked up like a little SWAT team came to his house to lock him up. This is a YouTuber out of Chicago. Came to New York and got famous, and then he got locked up. He crashed out for nothing. I'm trying to see if the rest of the article is here, but it's not. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's all on that topic right there. But he from Chicago, like I said, and I guess he was a rapper, famous YouTuber. He was on YouTube for about a good year, and he got a couple of 100,000 subscribers. Kind of funny, he do little skits and all that, but he crashed out, you know. So for anybody from Chicago, for anybody from Chirac, check on your boy, because he going down. Gun charge in New York and New Jersey, you going down. That's just what it is. You can't do nothing about that. With lilWOODY getting famous now, this is an interesting topic. What y'all think about lilWOODY getting famous? And if y'all don't know who lilWOODY is the one he's the main witness that's testifying against Young Thug and the YSL RICO defendants. What y'all think about lilWOODY? Because ever since the trial stopped, ever since they went in a little brief recess because Judge Glanville got removed from the case. Judge Glanville was the first judge. He was crooked. He got removed from the case. And since then, another judge got removed from the case. Now they on their third judge. We're going to talk about that too. But what do y'all think about lilWOODY getting famous? How lilWOODY went from being in the streets, being active, allegedly part of a gang, know the rules of the street, playing in the street. Then he started giving information up about his gang. They got all of the, during the trial, they were showing all of the different interviews that they was doing with police, giving up information on Young Thug and some of the YSL RICO defendants. Young Thug and everybody get locked up. Now they expose all of this information. He'd been on the stand testifying. He was on the stand testifying for a good 2 to 3 weeks. And it's clear he giving up information about them. But the trial was kind of crazy because it seemed like he was trying to throw the trial, like he was trying to help Young Thug and him at the same time. But I don't think that was working. And he got immunity, so ain't no telling how that's going to go. But my question is, how did he go from being a star witness for the prosecution against Young Thug to now he become famous? See, the streets is crazy. The streets is crazy. I'm not saying he wrong or he right, because I don't play in the streets no more. But it just goes to show you how crazy the streets is. He go from the main prosecutor witness that's giving up information on Young Thug and the YSL RICO trial defendants, been on the stand for the past 2-3 weeks, talking about everything that was going on, and now he's famous. He created a YouTube channel. He getting a lot of love on his YouTube channel. His lawyer, she started a YouTube channel. I watched a couple of her videos. And, you know, he been doing interviews. He did something called a 20-on-1, but he was out and about. It was one video that I was looking at that he was out and about, you know, in the community or whatever, and people running up to him, hugging him like he's a star, like he's a celebrity. Like, what that's about? What do y'all think about that? Why do y'all think all of a sudden, because he was giving up information on Young Thug and the YSL trial defendants, why do y'all think he became famous? I mean, do y'all think like the people in the community is tied up and they fed up, you know, with the violence? They fed up with the crime. They fed up with, you know, the gangs that's out there. And they happy for anybody that's giving up information to get them taken off the streets. And this is not the first time that happened. It was another trial. So if we go back to last year, it was another trial that happened, the FBG Duck trial. FBG Duck, he got killed in Chicago. He was one of the ops of King Von and Lil Durk and them. and she got murdered downtown. He got murdered downtown Chicago, and it was a main trial witness that was against him. Somebody that go by the name of Trenches News, right? He's a YouTuber. He got a YouTube channel, and Trenches News went on the stand and he was giving up information in regards to that case, and they allegedly, he was working with the police for some years. And he got a lot of people on YouTube that support him. He got a lot of YouTube subscribers. Um, I'm not here to say whether, how he lived his life or what he did was right or wrong, but a lot of people support him, right? The same way a lot of people is supporting YSL lilWOODY right now. So my question is, are we at a time, are we at a point in time where the community as well as people is fed up with the drugs, the crime, the gangs, the violence that's going on in the neighborhood, and they may not have the heart to give information on nobody to get anybody taken to jail or, get anybody taken off the streets, but they're willing to support anybody that do give up information on, somebody else. Because if you go to Trench's news page right now, he got a lot of subscribers. And before that information came out, I used to watch a lot of his videos because he used to talk about a lot of things that was going on in Chicago. And then once the trial came up and they start talking about once the trial came up and they start talking about, he was giving up information and a lot of stuff that he was saying wasn't accurate. That's when I stopped watching him, because they were saying a lot of stuff he was saying was made up. And I'm like, man, old boy up here making stuff up. Like I can't support that. New York Links, what it is, what it do. And man, it's New York to the death. I understand, like, some people they get they get famous, they get money, they get older. They was born and grown and raised up in New York and they decide that they want to leave New York. My hat off to you. But New York is what it is. New York is a special place. New York is a different place. So shout out to everybody that's from New York. Shout out to everybody that rock with New York. Off topic, do you think with the addition of Saquon Barkley, the Eagles have a solid shot at the Super Bowl this year? I I had missed the comment, but I'm not really into sports like that. But the Eagles, they definitely had a squad last year, so any addition to it, they're gonna be good money. But let me get back to what I was saying though. So um, yeah, so this is like the second trial in the past couple of years. This is like the second trial in the past couple of years where, the people who got on the stand, who was in the streets at one time and who got on the stand and was giving up information, they started getting a lot of support from the community. So what do y'all think about that? What are y'all thoughts on that? I'm not saying whether it's right or it's wrong. To each his own, to each, whatever life you live in, that's on you. I'm not in the streets, so I'm not going to give that perspective from the streets. If I was in the streets, then it'll be something different. Some things I give opinions on, other things I don't, you know, because at the end of the day, whether you give up information or whether you don't give up information, you know what you signed up for, and there's rules and there's consequences to everything. So I just wish you well. Hope the best for you. And it's a crazy life to live. Like, once you out there giving up information, you don't know if somebody gonna try to do something to you. You don't know who gonna turn on you. It's just a real uncomfortable situation. But that's what they do. So as I was saying, lilWOODY, he started a little YouTube page, and I saw one or two of his videos. He had started the page in a couple of days, probably a week. He had like 3, 4, 5,000 subscribers. I'm like, man, I've been doing this for a whole year. Where my subscribers at? But that's what's for him is for him. People supporting him. People support what he's doing. I guess some people feeling sympathetic towards him. And then it's another side to the story, right? So a lot of people, and I had a conversation with somebody, a lot of people feel like this too. A lot of people feel that, Young Thug was in position, although Young Thug helped out a lot of people, but allegedly Young Thug was sending people on a lot of missions. And, after he was sending them off, it was like he was just leaving them, leaving them where he leaving them. So lilWOODY was talking about like, man, I was blinded, you know. I was standing for this dude. I was standing for, these folk. I was standing for these people. I thought it was all love. I thought it was a family. And he felt people left him for dead. So, he made the choices that he made. Um, and he cool with it. So who is anybody else to say anything about, the decisions that he made, you know? We all gonna get judged for whatever it is we did. And I don't care who you are. If you in the streets, if you was never in the streets, if you went to prison, if you was never in prison, no matter what your lifestyle consists of, everybody got some dirt on them. Everybody that did something in their life that they not proud of, and that's just what it is. So, you know, you could judge him if you want. You could support him if you want. You could not support him if you want. But I just find it kind of interesting how, on the one hand, one part of social media, um, they'll talk about, how much of a snake he is, how much of a, informant he is, even during the trial, like when you look at some of the comments, whatever video was playing on him when he was up there giving testimony, people putting rat emojis, they saying he fouled out, he flipped on Young Thug. And then now that he's on YouTube and he got a YouTube page, now he getting a lot of support. Like social media is crazy like that. Social media is crazy like that. You just don't understand it. That's why you can't really follow what other people doing and follow what other people want. You got to stay in your lane. Do what it is that you do. But his lawyer, a female named Kayla Bumpus, that's KaylaBumpus. She got a YouTube page now, and I was watching one of her lives. I was watching one of her lives yesterday or the day before yesterday, and she was saying how her and lilWOODY YouTube pages got hacked. I was, well, she didn't come out and say. She didn't come out and say that they pages got hacked, but she said all her content was missing from her page. All her content disappeared from her page. And then I went to YSL lilWOODY page, all his content disappeared. I'm like, wait, hold on, what's going on? None of her videos got flagged or nothing like that, but all her content disappeared. And she was able to keep her she had all her content stored on her phone, so she was able to re-upload it. But all of a sudden, out of the blue, after Judge Glanville got thrown off the case, then the next female judge, she got put on the case. She recused herself. Now all of a sudden, all their content disappeared. Social media is like that. You got to be careful what you talk about. You got freedom of speech, but you got to know how to use your freedom of speech. Just like I was watching a video. Matter of fact, it wasn't even a video that I was watching. I was looking at a post that another YouTuber, go by the name of King AK-47, put up, where he had did a live video on Donald Trump. He was saying some things. I don't know exactly what he was saying because I ain't watched the live video, but he was saying some things about Donald Trump. And then he received a notification that video was going to be taken, that video was taken down, and that video was flagged or something like that. So if you're a YouTuber, or if you plan on getting into YouTube, you plan on getting in front of the big screen, be it you doing a live video, you doing a regular video, you doing a short feed, to my understanding, is not like it used to be at one time where you could get on here and you could say whatever it is that you want to say. You have the freedom of speech. It's not like that no more. You know, anything that's may be considered hurtful to somebody else, um, harmful to somebody else, um, that may affect somebody else in any kind of way, they can flag, or they will flag your videos. You know, they will do something about your page. So you really, really eat freedom. You got freedom of speech anywhere in the world. But when you on a public platform, when you're on a public forum like this, and you giving your thoughts and opinions, your thoughts and opinions is going out to millions of people in the world. So whether you like it or not, you kind of got to be mindful of what it is that you say and how you say it. You got to be, quote unquote, politically correct. Now, is it a standard? Like, will you be able to talk about some people any way you want to, and then you'll get flagged talking about other people? That might be the case. You know, that might be the case, depending on who you are. So with that being said, and I put that little disclaimer out there again, all I do is give my opinions. My channel is called What's Really Good. So we be talking about some of the things that's going on in the world, and we just trying to get an understanding on it. So all I do is give opinions in terms of the individuals themselves, in terms of, you know, what their preference are, how they live their life. I don't judge nobody in regards to that. I just give my opinions. I give my thoughts on some of the things that I see, hear, and observe. So with that being said, what do the people feel about Dwayne Wade coming out with his own nail polish line? Dwayne Wade coming out with his own nail polish line. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about this situation? And again, if whatever comments, whatever opinions, whatever feelings you have, make sure that they respectful, right? If you don't know anything about Dwayne Wade was uh, he was a famous basketball player. He played on the Miami Heat. He played with people like Shaq, LeBron James. He won a couple of rings down there in Miami. He's married to Gabrielle Union, who is a famous, well, she's been in TV shows, she's been in movies, she's been in sitcoms, you know, that kind of thing. So that's who Dwayne Wade is, right? And there was some controversy about Dwayne Wade a couple of years back because she has a child who came out and identified themselves as transgender, and him alongside Gabriel Union, they said that they said that they support that. And you know, a lot of people have something to say about that. Now we're gonna stop right there, and I want to give my opinion on that. Right? I want to give my opinion on that. We're not talking about nobody's sexual preference, what somebody identify as. We're not speaking about that. But as a parent, if you have a child, and this is the realest thing I'm gonna ever speak, as a parent, if you have a child and your child wants to identify themselves, if it's a male child and they want to identify themselves by as a female, if it's a female and they want to identify themselves as a male, if this is what your child wants to do and you're a parent, as a parent, you have the right to either support your child or not support your child. That is your priority. That is your preference. So for Dwayne Wade and for Gabrielle Union to support the fact that their child came out and was identifying themselves as transgender, that's what they were supposed to do as parents, right? Because they're parents, they love their child. And you know, therein, that's where you got them lines that's like politically correct and politically incorrect. I understand the position that Dwayne Wade took at that time because that's his child. Now, on the flip side of the coin, you have children that do not identify that way, children that identify themselves as straight. And because he was a famous basketball player, they was looking up to him. They was looking up to him, based on his athleticism, the points that he scored, the things that he did on the basketball court. They was looking up to him in regards to that. So that's a whole other community of people. Now, they may not agree with or identify with his actions or him being in support of his child. So that's how you come to a point where you, as an individual, you have a responsibility both ways. Like, there was a responsibility to his fans, people that looked up to him, people that wasn't about that life or that lifestyle, and then he had a responsibility to his child, and to what make his child, what make his child feel safe, comfortable, and what have you. So that was a dilemma and a half for Dwayne Wade to be put in. But on national TV and in front of the world, he said that he was going to support his child, and that's exactly what he did. He stood by his child in terms of, his child identifying as transgender. Some people respected it, other people didn't. It caused a lot of controversy. And again, I think the controversy was more so behind that you had straight children who don't identify with that type of lifestyle. They looked up to LeBron James in terms of, playing basketball, his attitude on the court, his moves and stuff like that. So what do you think they felt when when Dwayne Wade took such a strong stance in terms of supporting his child? What do you think, what do you think the world felt about that? New York Link. I think it is what it is. I'm still a fan of Dwayne Wade. We already know he's supportive of that lifestyle and he's upfront about it. So I'm not mad about his nail line. Right. And I appreciate that comment. You know why I appreciate that comment? Because it's a grown folk comment, right? And so long as you secure with yourself and you keep it real within yourself, you will find that you can stand on or you can support whoever it is that you want, and it don't matter what nobody say. Everybody don't have that same heart and have that same courage. So shout out to you, New York Links. A lot of respect for you as an individual. And I feel the same way, right? I feel that, and I still support Dwayne Wade too, because in terms of basketball, see, that's where my support came from. On that court, the boy was amazing. Now what he do off the court, outside of basketball, that's his life. He make his own choices. That don't have nothing to do with me. But the issue comes in now where people feel, okay, just because I like him playing basketball, if he do something else in his life that I don't agree with, then I got a problem with it, I got an issue with it, I'm not going to support him. One thing don't have nothing to do with the other. How he chooses to live his life is how he chooses to live his life. If you're a basketball fan and you support him for basketball, then yeah, support him. If he chooses to support, be it another community, be it, certain and specific genders, that's his right to do. Don't bash him for that, and don't come down, on him for that. And you say you're not mad about him in regards to the nail line. Me, I'm not mad at him about the nail line either. I'm just kind of curious what people think. And it goes back to what I was just saying a couple of minutes ago, right? Where there's two different sides of supporters. There's people that, support the lifestyle of, transgenders and so forth and so on. Okay, we have that community. And then there's people who not so much are opposed to that community, but they don't agree with that community. So he has these two different kinds of supporters, right? Aaron, what's good with you? Peace, bro. So she have those two different kinds of supporters. Now, because he's an athlete and because he's a famous individual, the question is, do she or should he have a duty and an obligation, you know, to take both sides' feelings into consideration? See, that's the question that I have. Not whether him, coming out with a nail line is right or is wrong. Listen, depending on how you look at it, as a businessman, it's a smart move. As a businessman, it's a very smart move. So is he looking at it from the business, standpoint? Is he looking at it like, okay, so this is a business area, this is a sector that not a lot of people have tapped into as of yet? So let me, because people, know that I'm in support of my child, and I'm in support of, that entire movement and group of people. So let me see if, I can capitalize off of it by promoting my own nail line, because every so often you see male celebrities, be it rap artists, be it people in sports and what have you, wearing nail polish. I don't understand the significance behind it, but as a businessman, he probably saw that he probably see that that's a profitable move, probably see that that's a good business to get into, and that's what he decided, that's what he decided to do. I just wanted to, bring the topic up and see how other people felt about it, because you got diehard basketball fans that they support him just for basketball, and some of them may not want to be as supportive, of him coming out with a nail line. And the man's nail line is going to be for, I don't even know who it's going to be for. It's going to be for man or woman. I just came across the article. It was something that I saw posted on Instagram, so I decided to talk about it and bring it up as a topic. And this this is a very, it's not a unique situation, but this is common, right? Where you have artists like, you have entertainers, or you have, sports figures like Dwayne Wade, who people respect him, look up to him, and support him because of the fact that he's an athlete, he's a basketball player. But then there's some things that he does off the court or outside the court, that people don't support. It don't only happen with basketball players. It happened with rap artists as well. You know, it happened with rap artists as well. It happened with entertainers as well. Some people, they have their profession, and then they have their real life, and everybody should be entitled, to choose and live how they want to live. And that's just really what it is at the end of the day. It's not about whether you're in support of somebody's lifestyle. Whatever their lifestyle, that's their lifestyle. That's their personal choice. People making they have opinions on it, that's on them, to each his own. But everybody should have a right to choose and be and do whatever it is that they want to do. And, Dwayne Wade is no different. So, Dwayne Wade, great basketball player, respect you as an individual for standing up for your child who started to identify themselves the way they started to identify them, because as a parent, that's what you're supposed to do. Um, Even with me, I got children, and whatever it is they choose or decide to do in life as they father, I'm going to support them and I'm going to stand by them. And that's just life. So, that's what he was supposed to do. I don't really know or understand the significance behind the nail polish line or thing that's going on. So, if anybody got any more information, maybe you could, put that in the comments. Maybe you could let me know. Um, because that's interesting. I'm trying to figure out what was his purpose behind it. Like, was it a business move? Was it because he liked wearing nail polish and was like, let me do it? I don't know. So that was my curiosity in terms of the nail polish line. But you know, if nail polish is what he into, and he want to make a nail polish line, he grown. He could do whatever he want to do. So support him or don't support him. Because the thing about life is, anything that you do in life, you're gonna have somebody, you're gonna have some people that's gonna support you, and you're gonna have some people that's not gonna support you. But it's not supposed to stop you from doing you, and being great. Don't let nobody thoughts, feelings, or opinions stop you from doing what you do or being what it is that you want to be. Like even here, a couple of people had said some like, well, I blocked somebody, but a couple of people made some comments, and I'm just like, are you serious? But you know, that's what people on. That's their life. Some people, you on social media, you're gonna have some people that's trolls. You're gonna have some people that's gonna support you. You're gonna have some people that's gonna get up there for fun and recreation. You just gotta take it for what it is and stay focused on doing what it is that you're doing. So this is what come along with the job. So it's all good. I ain't worried about it. Now, the other thing we want to discuss is, so now we get to the third YSL RICO trial judge. Talk to me nice. What do y'all think about now? Young Thug and them is going, well, not going back on trial, but now the trial is going to continue. This 9-month trial is going to continue, and they got a third judge. One judge got removed, Judge Glanville. He got removed. He got recused because, you know, it was some sketchy things that was going on. Then they assigned another female judge, black female judge to the case. She removed herself, and now we have yet a third judge. That third judge was appointed yesterday, but Young Thug lawyer Brian Steele is supposedly in the process of filing another motion for mistrial, right? Filing another motion for mistrial because he's trying to get the case thrown out. But what do y'all think about the fact that 3 judges? You see how... And look, before I say what I'm going to say this. Just because I come out with a certain topic or I'm speaking about certain individuals, you may or may not be interested in those individuals. But I'm always going to bring some interesting points or interesting information in regards to any and everybody it is that I talk about, right? For instance, with the famous Richard, it's like you spend your time, becoming famous or securing a name for yourself, but then you do something to get all your progress taken away. See, that's not smart. That don't only apply to him, but you could apply that to your life in general, right? Then who we spoke about after that? Then we spoke about lilWOODY getting famous, right? So the message and the lesson in the Jew in terms of lilWOODY getting famous is the fact that he was in the streets, and he allegedly broke the street code where, he was giving up information on Young Thug and YSL. One part of social media, everybody was, calling him a rat, calling him a snitch, calling him out his name, saying that he foul and everything. And I did a couple of videos about the whole YSL Woody thing. So if y'all want to go check them out, you could go check that out. So that was one part of social media. Now in the other part of social media, they looking at him like he's a hero. You got people that are real fans of his. He put up a social media page, and within a couple of days, he had 3, 4, 5,000 subscribers. He chooses to stand on what it is that he's standing on. He's comfortable with the decisions that he made. So you got people on both sides of the totem pole, respecting him. Similar to the DWAYNE thing, you got people that they see it both ways. People are on both sides of the fence in regards to what it is that he's doing, how he lived his life. So that's the importance and the significance of any topic that I speak about. You don't have to be a basketball fan or DWAYNE fan. You don't have to be into Young Thug and you know, the YSL RICO trial and what they got going on. You don't have to know about Famous Richard, but listen to the topics. And if you want to, you could get involved in the conversation because there is a message. It's about growth and development. You know, I don't bash nobody. I support some people. I don't support, you know, some people. You know, I give my opinion because at the end of the day, my channel is, at the end of the day, is what's really good, you know? So we just discuss things in terms of personal feelings and opinions. Even if I give them every once in a while, I'm really neutral for real, you know? I'm really neutral. Whatever you do, whatever you choose, you know, however you choose to live your life, that's on you. But the message is you should be confident and you should feel confident to stand on what it is that you want to do, what it is that you feel comfortable with, and it don't matter what nobody say. You know, some people got the heart to stand on what they feel, and other people don't. And similarly with this YSL trial and them having a third judge. It's like, how many judges you gonna have? How many judges are you gonna have? How many judges do it take to? How many judges does it take to oversee a trial? But this trial is bigger than just YSL or RICO. Them allegedly being gang members is bigger than that. This trial give everybody out there, all of these young dudes of this generation, an opportunity to see what happens, what's the end result of you out there doing crimes and running around in the streets. That's what this gives you an opportunity. This is everything that you have to go through. Now, Young Thug got a lot of money. He's fortunate. So he's able to pay all of these high-priced lawyers to get some justice. And at certain points during his trial, it seems like he's still not getting no justice. Imagine if he didn't have money. Imagine if he didn't have the resources. Imagine if he wasn't able to afford a lawyer or somebody to advocate for him. What would it be then? What would the scenario become? What would the outcome become? That's an outcome and that's a scenario that people are facing every day. Dudes from the hood, the urban area, the inner city area, the projects, the block, the back roads, no matter what you want to call it. When y'all get locked up for crimes and you got to go to jail, this is what you're going to be dealing with. This is what you're going to be facing. You probably not going to get a fair trial. You probably not going to get a fair shake. You know, you probably go in front of a judge and you didn't commit a crime. You innocent. And you wind up getting 100 years. This is what be happening out there. Every so often you have people that are what's called exonerated, meaning evidence came out that showed that they didn't commit a crime. And but it's been 15, 20, 30 years later. Most of their life is down the drain. And then now they getting let go. Now they getting released from prison for a crime that they didn't commit. But see, some of y'all out here, you know, y'all committing crimes like you have certain states where if you are a driver, if you're a getaway driver, you may not have participated in the particular crime itself. But guess what? You're going to get charged with everybody else get charged with who committed the crime. Why? Because you was with them. See, you don't understand the law. So y'all running around, y'all playing around in the streets. Y'all don't know what to expect. So this trial is really for y'all to show y'all, okay, this is what happens when you go through the criminal justice system. It's not fair. It's not pretty. It get real ugly. And that's the latest and the greatest. That's what we talking about today. Just wanted to pop in real quick because I said I want to, you know, stay on track. I want to stay on schedule. I want to do at least one live video a day. Because the other day I was thinking, I was like, man, this YouTube thing, you know. But I'm a stick with it and I'm gonna stay with it. I don't like to fail at nothing. you know. I don't like to fail at nothing. Um, the weather is decent now. I'm about to pop out. I'm about to pop out in a few, about to get outside and see what's going on. Just wanted to check in with y'all real quick. Hopefully everybody good out there, you know. Hopefully everybody's staying safe, staying out the way, staying prosperous, you know, staying focused. Um, and then you just living your best life, you know, because that's what it's about. When you didn't experience a lot of things in life, you get to a point where you should get to a point where you realize what's important, you know. You realize what's important. You realize what's worth your time, what's worth your energy, what's worth your focus. You know, you get to that point in time where that's where you should be at, you know. So because I done been through a lot of life and I done experienced a lot of life, you know, I feel like just having peace of mind is important nowadays. You know? Having peace of mind is important. And that's why although I do videos about different topics, you know, if you go to my videos, I got videos about I got almost 300 videos right now. Um, Even though I do videos about certain topics, I also do like the motivational videos. You know, I try to drop some encouraging information in my shorts. So y'all could go check out my shorts and see what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? Check out my shorts. It's about inspiration. It's about growth. It's about development. You know? Um, it was something else that I wanted to speak about. That's why I'm looking for it. I'm trying to be a professional. So, you know, excuse me. I'm trying to, and I got a notebook, right? That I've been keeping a little notes on like certain topics that I want to talk about. It's my little notebook. So I'll be like writing down certain topics and stuff, you know, that I want to talk about, that I want to discuss, you know. Some of this I spoke about, some of it I didn't. I'm trying to be a little bit more organized in terms of this YouTube thing, you know. I'm still going live from my phone, right? I'm going live from my phone, but hold on, check this out. Let me show you something. I'm going live from my phone, but I got a whole Apple computer right here. You know, I got a whole Apple computer right here that I could be going live from my computer. I got a whole microphone right here with the headphones. I got a whole podcast board. I got my MacBook. I got my MacBook right there. You know, but at the end of the day, I'm still going live from my phone. Why is that? Why am I still going live from my phone? Because if you don't know a lot about something, what you got to do, you got to learn about it. You see what I'm saying? You got to learn about what it is that you're doing. And then you go all in. You know? Then you go all in. I got to, so I'm doing some learning, I'm doing some studying, and I'm getting on live, you know. I want to tap in with some people, like tell me how to work the StreamYard for a decent. How do you work StreamYard? It's supposed to be simple though, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. StreamYard, and what's the other one? It's another one that you could go live. It's two apps that you could go live. StreamYard is something else. What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, Patreon. 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 I'm trying to learn how to work it, but y'all could get in the comment section and y'all could tell me, yo, listen, why you going live from your phone and you got a whole Apple computer in the crib? Like, what you doing? What you on? Yeah. Because everything take time. You know what I'm saying? Everything take time. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me just Going here right. I'm about to get off the live. I'm about to end it, but I'm just trying to check something because it was something else that I wanted to talk about. I had another topic that I wanted to talk about. And yeah, man, they need the free Vibe Cartel. Like that's what needs to happen. Like they need the free Vibe Cartel and get that man out of jail. He been in jail for a long time. Free Vibe Cartel. Free the word boss. Oh, that's the other judge that was on the case. Let me see. So look, I can't figure it out. But you know, like I said, I wanted to pop in real quick because I made it a goal of mine that I want to do at least one live video a day. I want to stay consistent, you know, so that's what I'm gonna do. Because when you stay consistent and when you stay dedicated and you know you stay motivated, that's when you get results. I can't be on here too long right now because I gotta get ready to get up out of here. So now I'm just looking at my channel. Right now I got 293 videos. I don't know if you can see it, right? So right now I got 293 videos. Tarot Hunter looks really good. So I appreciate the support. You know, I appreciate everybody that's tapping in with me, that's watching the videos and you know, and y'all being patient with me while I get my YouTube on. Cause I got big plans, you feel me? I got big plans, I got big goals, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it way big. We're gonna do it way big. I got 293 videos right now. And some of the videos is doing good, it's, you know. But like I said, man, I appreciate everybody that tapped and I appreciate everybody took out time to watch the live, like the video, you know. The live is just, you know, for me to connect, for me to stay in tune, and that's what we doing, you know. But tell me what y'all think about the topics that we was discussing today. And if it's something that y'all want me to talk about specifically, then we could do that. We could do that too, you know. We could do that too. The People's Channel. This is the People's Channel. But yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay in tune. And before I end this live, I want to leave you with this. I want to leave you with this jewel, right? Don't be scared to be who you are. Don't worry about the opinions, thoughts, and feelings of other people because you got to live your life. You know, opinions is like a-holes, everybody got them. And that's all it is, opinions. Somebody else's thoughts, somebody else's feelings. But you got to be comfortable with the skin that you in. So with that being said, you know, whoever you are, whatever your life is like, whatever, you know, your preferences are, don't worry about who supports you and who gonna support you, who stand by you and who not gonna stand by you. You stand by you because self-love is the greatest love. But I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Tyrone Hunter, and this in another edition of What's Really Good, the live edition. I'm gonna be coming back with some more content. Once again, thank you, shout out, and appreciate everybody who been rocking with the channel, you know, who been tuning into the live, who been tuning into the videos. Continue to stay dedicated, motivated, encouraged, and blessed. Be blessed, be well. We out of here.